Drop your shoulder. Let that drop. Good. This is my activator. Use your shoulder stretch. Yes, let go. Okay, everybody, this is Melanie Migliaccio. We just met, and we're going to be taking a look at her body today, but we're focused on the foot, right foot.
Yes.
A lot of pain standing, walking, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wear any kind of heel.
Nope.
You're just in
I mean, I can, but it hurts.
Okay, yeah. And it's been going on for about a year.
Yep.
But we're going to take a look at everything because, you know, it's all connected. No trauma, no sprained ankles. She used to be a runner. So I know that your feet have worked hard for you. But everything, so that's why I'm going to look up here. And you do say you have some low back stuff?
Yes.
So if I push in here, is there any pain?
No pain.
If I push in here, any pain?
No pain.
Good. I'm just going to lift this up so I can see what this looks like. Usually I get some clues. You know, people show me just standing or walking. So it looks like the right hip is lower than the left. So you're kind of going downhill, which means that most of the time that means this right leg will act short, this left one will act long. So you bear more weight in the left foot. The right one tends to externally rotate and the arch tends to drop, which then can put more pressure here.
Okay.
So that whole first digit, and that's could be the start of bunions. Just to give the foot a wider base. What the foot wants to do is, you know, create like a suction cup with the arch, right? And this is where you want to bear weight evenly throughout the whole thing. But I can see you're kind of pressing down with these toes. Yeah, on both sides. So you're very active in your feet, and although we want to feel them on the ground, a little bit more relaxed than this. So I can see you're working really hard. Now, as I touch in here, is that sore?
A little bit, yeah.
So just to the touch. How about under here in the arch?
No, that doesn't, yeah.
How about up on the top?
No.
Okay. Over here at all?
No.
And I like to feel it weight bearing. Good. How about on this side? Any tenderness over here?
Not there, no. Yeah.
Good. Do you ever have any pain on the top of the foot?
I don't, actually.
You have
I have that, yeah, the little nodule.
Nodule there. Have you always had that?
Yeah.
Okay. Take a look at the Achilles. Any pain back here?
No pain.
Nothing's tender in there.
No.
Okay, good. So let's see how this is moving. We're going to come back up here. And I want to see. You raise your right knee to your chest and down. Good. And left knee to your chest and down. So it's not bad. You have pretty good motion in here. Let's check the hip. So just hold on to the wall here, and I want you to raise up your right leg, open, lift up, and then bring the knee out. Yeah, and then back to the middle and down. Okay, now let's compare that to the left side. A little more stiff on that side, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot less.
I felt that.
Yeah, it was a little stuck, sticky on that side. Okay, so no tenderness in the back. Little stickiness in the left hip. Decent motion through the SI joints. Doesn't mean there won't be things to crack in there. Now, do you have any fear or nervousness about getting cracked?
No, I don't.
Good. Okay. I always like to ask because sometimes people get nervous. The crack is just gas escaping out of the joint capsule. And if the crack was the only thing that mattered, then everybody could crack themselves and be okay. But it doesn't work that way. How's your neck doing? Do you ever get headaches?
I don't.
besides your kids?
Yeah. Different kind of headache.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, because I can see you're really, I just saw you trying to lift up. Are you in pain standing there?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the longer I stand on...
Yeah.
Because I think my feet arch in like that, so I try not to take...
Yeah.
To take the pressure off of that.
I'm going to watch you walk down the hall.
Okay.
I want to see how you look. Put that all together in the whole thing. So just take a walk down this mile-long highway.
Okay, all the way?
Hallway. Highway.
Highway.
Okay, and come back. Testing my eyesight. Yeah. So on this right side, you are rolling in and then toeing off. So with every step, you're rolling in and then you're toeing off of that joint. So there is a lot of strain on there, and I imagine we have some dropping of that first metatarsal. So come on in here. Sit on here, feet dangling off of the edge there. And scoot back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I meant, feet. Perfect. Okay, so let's just see. That's the left. Any pain when I do that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, good mobility through the ankle. You have decent, you have a lot of motion for someone with such feet pain. So what I'm curious about is if we change the relationship of some of these bones, if that would make a difference right away. So it's been about a year since your last adjustment.
Correct, yeah.
And you were seeing somebody else
Yes.
regularly or just whenever you needed it?
Just whenever I felt it coming on, the pain.
Okay, so you'll feel me down here lifting your legs. I'm just assessing leg length changes. Okay, we're gonna loosen you up a little bit here. Just spend some time doing some traction. So you're a dance mom. We've had some dancers on camera here. You're on the other side of it.
On the other side, yeah.
Were you ever a dancer?
I was not.
No.
So I'm not quite sure where all that talent comes from, but...
How far does she want to go with it?
I think she could go far with it, but so she's just trying to figure out if that's what she wants to focus on or not.
Mm-hmm. What else does she like?
Dance is pretty much her life, sadly.
It does get all-encompassing, doesn't
Yeah.
it? These youth sports these days. And then you have a gymnast.
Yep.
So you're in all the outfits and all the flexibility. People doing the splits at your house regularly.
Right? Yeah.
Can you do the splits?
Yeah, I used to.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure I did too. I just never gravitated towards those sports.
No, I didn't either.
What did you do?
I wasn't competitive when I was younger, so I never really did any sports. I was always active.
And when did you start running?
In high school.
Okay. Not for a cross-country team or anything?
No, just for me.
It's interesting. People who are not competitive. From someone who's very competitive. I'm like, what's that like?
How does that feel?
Probably very relaxing.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because my oldest is insanely competitive.
Yeah.
And it drives her nuts that I'm not.
Well, what else do you like to do for fun? Do you do fun stuff?
Well, half the year I'm traveling with them, so the other half I just sort of...
It does cut down on social life and
It does.
ability to pursue your own.
It does. It makes it hard to Usually I coordinate with my friends like 2 months out to get together to go, you know, have a nice dinner or something.
And then when it comes, you planned it 2 months out, and when it comes, you're like, I really don't want to go. Or is that just me? All right, I'm going to start with your pelvis today. This is my activator. I generally set the pelvis first, the sacrum and the ilium. So I look at that kind of as the foundation. And since I know we have rotation in the knees and the hips and the feet, I look at those right away too. A little bit stuck there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to adjust your hip. Very good. Raise your right leg straight up to the ceiling, as high as you can. Is that good? All right. Okay, down. And then do the left side. Did either side feel heavier than the other?
This one did.
The left one did, yeah. You don't have a lot of range of motion that way. Did that hurt at all?
It hurts my lower back.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're going to work on this left SI joint and then the lumbars. Now I can feel you tense up when I do that.
It tickled.
It tickled? You tickle?
Or like a funny, I don't know.
Let's see if we can desensitize that. Are you ticklish?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause every touch, it's like, I can feel nice deep breath in. And let it all the way out. Feel a little push. Let that drop. Good. A little movement there on the right. Breathe in. And all the way out. Let that drop. Perfect. Breathe in. And out. Yes. Let it go. Perfect. How's that feel?
Feels good, yeah.
I think we got another one right here. So we're just going to do a little stretch. Good. And for work, you sit or you stand? You have a standing desk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feels better to stand on the low back, but then that hurts the foot.
Yeah, exactly.
So you probably do some compensations with your foot while you're standing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Turn your head, look to the right, please. And head back to the middle. Shrug both shoulders. Relax. Good. press your face into the table and release. Good. All right, and adjust your skull. And what we know is we have bands of tissue that connect top to bottom, left to right, organs to other things. So there's so many connections in the body. Press your face down again. Release. That's why that left hip tension factors into the right foot. I don't want to say dysfunction, but just let's say challenges.
Got it.
Let's adjust this left side. So lie on your right. We're going to put you in a little pretzel. Have you done this move before?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty classic chiropractor. Bring your hips towards me. Yeah, good. Because I have a feeling you're probably going to be flexible. Flexible people sometimes are harder. Nice deep breath. And let it all out. Good. Let that drop. Let that open. And use your shoulders. Stretch. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's roll to the other side. Yeah, a lot of motion there. Okay, hips towards me. Very good, good. Good, good, good. Yeah, perfect. Nice deep breath. Yes, and out. Good, let that drop. Okay, good. And then go on your back. So, we're going to make sure the neck is moving loose. Then we'll go down and see what we can do with the feet. Yeah, one of the worst injuries I ever had was plantar fasciitis. And now at the moment, I can't remember which foot it was, but I sprained my ankle, didn't rehab it, wore high heels at work. And
Oh my gosh. You just punished yourself.
Oh, yeah. And then, well, I don't know why nothing's working.
Why am I in so much pain?
It took me a year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So plantar fasciitis is a tough thing. Bunions are tough, but another episode of Tell Me You're Young and Not Wise without telling me. Drop your shoulder, let that drop. Good. With a baby. Let's see the other side. Nice deep breath. Let it drop. Good. Ear to your shoulder. Good. There we go. So you have a quiet neck. Yeah, we got some motion in there.
Yeah. Feels better though.
Good. All right. So let's see. I have to right and left. Sometimes when I flip people, I can't tell which is. Let's check this hip. Ooh. Okay. So pretty good motion. Any sticking there? Do you feel it?
Yeah, but yeah, that.
When I come in? How about when I come out?
Not so much out, but when you went in, yeah, I felt
in.
like in the hip.
Yeah, right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So see, we're going to find stuff you didn't know. Rotation. Good. Okay, so let's recheck. Good, let that hip open up all the way. Well, my goodness.
That felt good.
Okay, now how's that feel?
Yeah, that feels better.
When I come when I come in,
Yeah,
you still feel?
Like right here.
You feel it right in the hip flexor. Okay, so we're gonna work on that before I go to the right foot. So I'm gonna have you. Let's see. Let's just lie on your side facing that way. Good. I'm gonna lift this up for you. Perfect. So we're gonna look at this hip flexor. You can keep this bottom leg straight. So in here, feel tension in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just make sure. So I'm gonna I have to get my fingers on the skin inside the hip bone here. You feel that? Okay, so we're gonna bring the knee all the way up. And I'm going to hold on to the tissue, and you're going to straighten out your leg, and then you're going to bring it back around, okay? My fingers are going to stay on that hip flexor.
Okay.
And you will feel a good stretch. Should be right under my fingers though, okay? All right, go ahead, straighten. And bring it back. Feel that under my fingers?
Yep.
Good girl. Okay, we're going to do 2 more like that. You feel more in here or up here?
Down where you were.
Okay. Go ahead, straighten. Good, and bring it back. Bring it back. Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Good.
That feels good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, straighten, and bring it back. Wow, good. All right. Okay, so
really
now,
nice now.
go on your back. And who knew, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that feels real easy now.
Yeah.
As I come in.
Oh, yeah, I should feel that. You
Yeah.
should hear that. Yeah.
Clunky, clunky.
Oh,
But much better. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like we just greased it up.
Yeah.
Really
Thank
nice. You're welcome. That was easy. Now let's see. We'll check the right side. First, let's check these toes. Perfect. Good, yeah? Okay, let's do.
Now let's take 2.
Same way, yeah? Maybe that's,
Yep.
yeah.
I really feel that one back here, too.
Yeah. So let's do that first. So roll up on your side, face that way. Perfect. Okay, so, but did you feel it in the same spot, or did you feel it back here in the
I
butt?
felt it back there. But
Yeah.
Here, too, but I really felt it back here.
Yeah. So we're going to work on this side. We're going to work in the glute med.
Okay.
Good. All right, so this way I want you to bend the bottom leg.
Okay.
Keep this top leg straight. Perfect. Okay, so let's get up on your hip. Yeah, perfect, just like that. Get my hair out of my face. How about in here?
Oh, yeah.
Is that where you feel it there?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Okay, so right knee to your chest. Good. And come back. And you just feel that under my thumb?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Good. Go ahead. Excellent. Go ahead. Good. Very good. And I always tell people I'm working just as hard as you are.
Right? I was going to say.
Good. And come down.
I was like, you're strong.
Good. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Okay. We're going to do one more right there. You feel that? Right on the back side of the feet. Yep. Good. And come back. Whew.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm sweaty. No.
Yeah.
On your back.
It feels better, though, for sure.
So I'm going to just do this. I'm going to open up that hip. So let that open all the way. Yep. Open. Good. Way smoother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels better still.
I still feel a little. That's the doctor term.
That's the doctor terminology. The technical term.
Yeah. Maybe we need to do the hip flexor on this side too. So let's do that.
Okay.
Go up on your side, face that way. So same way. Yeah, let's start with it bent. We're going to find the spot we need to find. In here. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get my, okay, go ahead, straighten that leg. And bring it back. Good job. This side doesn't feel as bad as the other side, but
that stretch feels really good, though.
good.
Yeah.
Straighten and bring it back. Good. Try to get my tissue pull. Go ahead. Straighten and bring it back. Very good. Okay. So now go on your back.
Okay. Oh yeah, that feels better.
That takes that little.
What
was the term? The ratchet is gone. All right, so let's check these toes. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. There's probably a lot of inflammation in there, so I'm not sure how much. I think we'll notice a difference, but we're going to send you home with some exercises too.
Okay.
Because we want to strengthen here. So let's check, see what else in the foot I need to work on. So hold this leg out, but let me push it in. Good, just like that. So let's check the ankle here. Hold here. So feel that? If I push down on the top of your arch, you have less electricity. You go weak. If I push up on the arch, it stays strong. So that's, remember I said that right arch has fallen, that first metatarsal. So, and I have a block. I'll probably pull out to see if there's another joint we can adjust. But the activator really allows me to be very specific and gentle in some of these areas that are can be very tender. Okay, good. So let's recheck. Just got tissue on you. Hold the leg out. Okay, now we're gonna push. That's better. Push, push. And so then what happens here is this first metatarsal and then your first tarsal or your toe. Am I saying that right? I can't remember. Phalange. Tarsals are up your metatarsals and phalanges. Right here, they start to, instead of being like that, they start to go out. So the trick part is to adjust that joint, but then also to strengthen this muscle here.
Okay.
So there's a couple easy ways to do it. Let's get out the little, I have my little toe things.
Okay.
So in order to exercise the muscle between the first and the second, phalange, is spreading the toes. Here, can you see? This muscle here, we have to be able to spread them apart. So we want to isolate this big toe. So you can push your finger into your toe and push your toe into your finger. That gives you some resistance.
Yeah.
But using this gives us an idea.
I've done that at home too.
Yeah. You can drag it on the carpet, like, and make that big toe spread apart. That's another easy way to get some resistance.
Okay.
But I like this guy. Okay, so we're going to just, yeah, I like it best when we have our feet like that, and then we're going to spread apart. Okay, good. And do you feel that stretch?
Yeah.
Through here? Mm-hmm. Good. And you might get a Charlie horse. You have much more on this side. These ones, the toes are starting to come up. So, and then come back. So, and then go ahead. Spread apart. Really. Yes. Does that hurt?
It hurts, yeah. On the,
yeah.
The outside.
Yeah.
Of the foot.
Sometimes the pain, yeah, we have to find what's the difference. Like, there's a pain where we're working something that needs to get worked and strengthened, activated, and then sometimes when we should not. Good, and relax. So then, let's see, have I done all I want to do here? Yes, so now I want you to stand up. So there's a couple ways to do it, but we want to strengthen the toe in all the directions. So right now with your feet just like that, I want you to spread them apart as best as you can. Okay, so left spreads, right spreads. Good. Now can you lift up your big toe? Can you lift up the left one? Okay, So now I want you to lift up the right one. Right, so that's what we want to work. We want to work on lifting this up. Yes, good. And lift, right? So you can sit and do this and lift up the toe, see, and down, lift up, and down, lift up, and down. Let's see if this side is any easier. Yeah, so you can do it that side.
Yeah.
So that's one direction we need to work the toe. And then the one we just did where we're spreading them apart.
Okay.
So try again on this side. Perfect. But you can feel that work, right?
Yeah.
So that's where we start.
Okay.
And then from there, we're, feet, then we're going to go into the ankle, and we're going to go up to the hip. But what I want to see right now, I want you to come back and do that hip opener and see if that feels any different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely better.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did do some work up in the hips, which I think will help the feet. Now, let's go out in the hall and walk. I want you to, how does it feel being on the foot? Any different or about the same?
It does feel better. The pain doesn't seem to be as much on that right toe.
Yeah, and as you go through your normal motion, you probably have that tendency to roll. So I want you to start to be aware of that. We want to go heel, toe, right? Better yet, we're landing midfoot, right? Not heel striking. So we're here, that puts us in the not a great place.
Yeah.
So here, and then we're roll up. I want you to kind of get used to that. As you stand at your standing desk, spread your toes out.
Okay.
Feel the weight, like in yoga. Have you ever done yoga?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So feel it spread throughout the whole foot.
Okay.
Right? Good. Okay, because that looks better, but I know it'll probably take a couple of times. Feet are hard because we can't rest them.
Yeah.
So let's work on getting them stronger. And we're going to keep working on opening the hips.
Okay.
So you're going to want to do this daily. I want you to really keep the hips moving.
Okay.
When you're standing at work, you can do this. I mean, everybody will think you're weird, but, who cares?
Yeah. Be like, trust me.
Yeah.
You want to do this
Yes.
too.
And then the 2 feet exercises is to whatever way works.
Okay.
Spread it on the carpet. I always do both sides. But see, you can see my left toe. That's my toe that I have to work on. See, my right foot is good, but this one is harder. So spreading like that. That's one way to get them to spread apart. You could do the resistance, push the toe in there, or you could get something like this. I just get it on Amazon. It's linked below. I think we actually do have it on there, but it's just like it's really simple. You could also get like a stretch cord or something. Just to open and resist. Yeah, and every day. Yeah. If it's sore, you can use, ice as you need to, just to kind of, and then what I would recommend you look into is getting some 0 drop shoes to wear, where they have a wide toe box. And then, so your toes can spread. A lot of times our toes are, especially flats, they pinch.
Yeah.
And the more they pinch, the more your pressure you're going to put there. So we want to give them a chance to spread. So get a wider toe box. The 0 drop doesn't have motion control or cushioning. So you have to get used to feeling the ground. So start slowly with them. Don't wear them for 24 hours or you're going to be sore. But we want to feel the ground. Like that, we get so much information from the rest of our body through our feet, right? So you want to feel where you are in space, and then that'll get your feet a little bit stronger. So slowly work into something like that.
Ease the pain.
I know it was a lot, but
it's okay. Yeah.
But it was fun. Yeah. Like I think it was a good difference before and after.
Yeah, I do feel better.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have Melanie Migliaccio. Come back and we'll keep working on her feet. Maybe try some gua sha or some of the soft wave and see what we can do because we have lots of tricks up our sleeves. So come back for part 2. Thanks for watching.
Sounds good. Thank you.